What's up, everybody? It's Cheddar Chad. Today we're going to be talking about how to get better photos for your Turo listings. You don't need one of these at all. All you need is your smartphone. We're going to fly through all 5 of these points very quickly so you guys can get it, learn it, execute it, because time is money, like they always say. So tip number 1, before you start snapping those photos of all those car pictures, what you want to do is turn the steering wheel so that the front wheel, whatever angle that the car is at, is going to face the camera. So if you're taking a picture, the front wheel should face exactly where the camera is pointing at. That's a quick little tip that people don't know about. Gives you a nice little crispy picture, just has that wheel. I'm telling you, do that. Tip number 2 is to angle your car. When you angle your car, there are various different ways that you can do this. I'm going to give you 2 different ways to do this, and you can flip it from the passenger to the driver's side, and that gives you a variation on the angles. Of course, you have the front angle, the back angle, and the side angle, which is your most basic angles. And we'll kind of talk about that for the tip number 3, but right now we're just going to talk about the positioning of the car, which is super important when you're taking pictures. This is a picture that I took with my phone where the back of the car on the passenger side is the majority of the car shot, right? So we see about 75% of the back of the car from the passenger side, revealing about 25% of the car from the driver's side if you're looking at it from the back. And you can see the long ways version of the car. It gives you a nice little crispy shot. You can see again how those wheels are turned facing the camera. This is a great shot to show not only the back of the car, but also the side profile as well at the same time. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. This next shot that I'm about to show you is basically the same thing, except we're going to the front of the car. So we're viewing the car from the passenger front side, right? And that's the majority of the car's real estate that we're seeing. Now, when you look at the driver front, that is a small portion of the photo, right? So we have it angled to where we're seeing that passenger side, and you see the long version of the car. So again, it shows you the front side of the car while also showing you the side at the same time. Again, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Tip number 3, and one of my favorite tips, is angle your camera. So you don't only have to angle the car, you have to angle your camera as well. Now, I have videos here showing you different angles that I'm using with my cell phone, and I'm taking a video to show you the difference between having a angle from around chest to face area and then lowering your camera to a lower angle, kind of, I want to say, on the level of the grill of the car, maybe the front bumper. So I've always found that having a lower angle when filming or even taking pictures of cars helps with the composition of the shot. But I like to have cars kind of with like a dominating look. That tends to come from having a lower camera angle. So like I said, have those wheels facing the camera, work those angles that we talked about in point 2, and then position your camera in order to get your car in the frame looking just right. I'm also gonna throw a bonus tip in for number 3, angling your camera. You also want to try to pick a very good location. Now, and these photos that I've taken of my cars are just in my driveway, just because there's some simple shots that I took. And eventually I do plan on going to find a location maybe with some mountains or a cityscape in the background, but that always helps having a good location when you're taking pictures of your car. Number 4, and this is a very common mistake that I see with a lot of people's pictures, is you gotta watch out for reflections and shadows. This is gonna be based on the time of day that you shoot your photos. The best time is always gonna be in the morning or during the evening. Taking photos when the sun is super high in the sky will give you really harsh lighting, very harsh shadows, and not even light. I mean, you can still do it and get away with it, but you kind of got to be a lot more careful. And then again, you got to watch your reflections in the car, because when you're taking photos of the car, you'll see yourself taking the photo, and it can throw people off when they're looking at your images. And then lastly, this is the tip that's not necessarily needed, but it will definitely help, is editing your photos. Now, there's tons of apps that can give you filters for your photos. I personally use my own filters because I do photography, film directing, and my life is pretty much based around cameras. So I use my own Lightroom presets and I edit my own photos. So I would strongly suggest you guys to maybe get an app. If you guys don't want to get an app and you want me to personally edit your photos, I'm open to that. I'll leave a link in the description of this video for you guys to go in there. I'll probably have it set up to where you guys just send me the photos of whatever listing, and I'll charge you guys per listing, per car, to edit your photos and have them looking crispy, so long as you guys follow these tips and make sure you get nice crispy angles of the car as well. And I'll help you guys if you guys are struggling a little bit. I'll help direct you guys on what to do to make your pictures better angle wise. Send them to me. I'll go ahead, I'll edit them, get them back to you as fast as possible so you guys can get those listed on Turo and get your money. In my experience, having edited photos make a big difference compared to the other photos on Turo. For the AMG that we have, even the S4, we've seen crazy growth, and we just started about a month and a half ago. If you guys want to get more in depth with trying to elevate your photos, I mean, you can hire photographers, or even me. Don't forget about me. I'll hire you. But you can get really cool shots that'll set you apart from your basic, oh, just angle your car this way. You know, find a location, get a couple people together, you know, drive down the road. We'll get some shots where the background is blurry, the car is driving down the road, you know, and really show the experience of driving your vehicles. It can get that complicated if you want it to get that complicated. And also it depends on the type of car that you have. Like I said, photos are gonna make a huge difference. I hope that this video helps you guys take your photos to the next level, because I know a lot of people just don't really know this type of information, but I'm here to show you guys that. So angle your cars, angle your camera, make sure you get the car angle and the camera angles, rotate that tire towards the lens so that you can get a nice little, it's almost like your car is smiling at the camera when you get the wheel just turned towards the camera lens. So dope. Leave me a like, dislike if you didn't like it at all. Comment if you have any questions about anything that I said in this video, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Hope you guys are having great success on Turo. And if you have any questions as far as my Turo experience, I'll be posting more videos about month 2, 3, 4, and so on, about how the AMG and the S4 is doing. So peace, take it easy.